The brain and the body are an extension of one another, and as a whole, they make up our mind. And if you find yourself having trouble maintaining new habits or accomplishing goals, chances are that your brain and your body are out of congruency. I realized this in myself through thousands of hours of meditation, building an awareness around my aversion to discomfort and thoughts and actions that were incongruent. This yin meditation practice should help us become more aware of those incongruencies and begin cultivating synergistic thoughts and actions of mind as a whole. And this will allow us to open up to this discomfort and then begin realizing our full potential. So before we get started, I just want to say these yin poses are held for 5 minutes at a time. I'm going to go through 3 of them. So there is going to be some discomfort, which is part of the practice. But if you do start to feel pain, just back out of the pose a little bit and then slowly work back into it. So let's get started in child's pose. So what we're going to do is put our toes together behind us, sitting on our heels, opening our knees about mat width apart, and then just slowly lowering our chest and our forehead down to the mat. Stretch our arms out, laying them flat on the mat in front of us. If we're comfortable enough, we can stretch our arms out a little bit more with our fingertips and our palms. We can open up our knees a little bit more, a little wider than the mat if we're feeling comfortable. We're going to start feeling tension in our hips, our knees, our back, throughout the spine, the shoulders, and we're just trying to find a good balance right now between the stretch and comfort and discomfort. Again, if you start to feel too much pain, don't hesitate to back out of the stretch a little bit. Relax, take a break if you need to, and then slowly work your way back in to the pose, into a little bit of discomfort. Once we find that good balance, we can just relax. And over time, we're going to start feeling a little bit more discomfort. And what we want to do when we start feeling this discomfort is to just observe it. Observe the discomfort, notice the tension, where it's at in your body, whether it's in your hips or your groin, in your back or your shoulders. Just pay attention to it without judgment and breathe into it. Allow your breath to follow your attention into the tension, and then just let gravity do the work. There's no need to do anything other than observe. Notice how your thoughts about the discomfort can change how you attach yourself to these sensations. And be curious to the open space prior to the discomfort. Explore where you have already opened yourself up more within this space. Notice if you start to relax anymore, if your joints and your bones are starting to release anymore. Again, there's no need to try, just notice what's happening. Notice how the discomfort starts to evolve into relaxation. In Yin Yoga, we're holding poses for a length of time that can create discomfort in the body. And when we're sitting in meditation, thoughts can arise that bring about emotions that can be uncomfortable. And in both situations, we simply want to observe in silence with curiosity, non-judgment, and patience. So in just a few moments, we're going to transition into a modified child's pose. And as we do, let's try to pay as close attention to each movement as we can. So we're going to work our fingertips and our hands back towards our head, taking our time, putting our palms flat down on the mat and lifting our heads and chest off the mat. Just move around a little bit. But again, try to pay attention to each movement as we bring our knees in together and sit on our feet. Give a little stretch to our backs. Lay on our knees and then bring our arms straight behind us with our palms facing up, laying on the mat and resting our forehead back down on the mat. So in this position, we're going to feel some different sensations in our body. Probably going to feel a little bit more tension in the lower back, maybe in the tailbone, and through the spine. We're also holding our arms in the opposite position. So this creates an opposite stretch on our rotator cuffs, and we're also getting a stretch to the shoulder blades as well. So as we're sinking deeper into this stretch, we're going to start to notice thoughts arising as well. And that's okay. These thoughts appear seemingly out of nowhere, just as the feeling of discomfort appears in our body. We're not creating this discomfort. Yes, we've put ourselves in this pose, but we're not creating the discomfort. It is just simply appearing, just like everything in consciousness appears. Whatever sound you're hearing, even with your eyes closed, your visual field, all the sensations in your body and thoughts all appear in the same place, in this open space of consciousness. So there's no need to judge anything. You are not creating any of it. So let's see if we can just be with everything as it is in this open space of awareness. any discomfort starts to arise, let's just be aware of it. No judgment, because nothing is permanent. This discomfort will evolve just as everything else does. Uncomfortable thoughts and emotions and sensations in the brain and the body can lead us to say and act in ways that are incongruent with who we are or who we want to become. However, growth always comes with some form of discomfort. If we can train ourselves to become more aware of the feelings of discomfort, we can teach ourselves how to open up to it without an attachment to it. And our growth can become exponential through this process. Now, in just a few moments, we're going to change positions again, and as before, just try to pay as close attention as possible to each movement in your body. Be patient and go slow. Let's bring our arms out in front of us to our heads, palms flat down on the mat. Bring our bodies up slowly off of the mat. Take your time here. Press your toes into the mat. Rock back on the balls of your feet. Go ahead and stretch those toes and ankles out a bit. Notice every sensation, how it's changing as we transition into shavasana. So let's roll over on our butts and stretch our legs out in front of us. Backs and heads flat down on the mat. Arms out to the side, and just get as comfortable as possible. Now we can just release everything. We're supported by the earth. She's not going anywhere. So just release everything into the earth and relax. And for these last few minutes, let's pay close attention to our breath without trying to change it, without trying to change anything. Just observe sensations in the body, from the bottoms of your feet, up your legs, through your hips and core, through your chest, down your arms into your fingertips, and up into your head. Just feel the energy flowing through your body. Allow that feeling of energy to be a layer of atmosphere within consciousness. Allow everything you hear, every sound that arises, allow that to be another layer of atmosphere within consciousness. Let them merge together with your eyes closed. Notice that your visual field is still present, and allow that to be another layer within the atmosphere of consciousness. Any thoughts that arise, that's okay. There's no need to try to block or push thoughts away. Just observe them and notice how they appear as another layer of atmosphere within consciousness. Just as your visual field appears, sounds appear, and all the energy sensations throughout your body appear. Allow them all to merge within the same layer of atmosphere within consciousness. And now for the last minute, do absolutely nothing. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Slowly start to bring ourselves back and slowly just begin to sit back up on your mat and prepare yourself for the rest of this day. And just take a quick moment to show yourself some love and gratitude for taking time out of your day to practice, because we don't only do this for ourselves, but we also do this for everybody else in our lives as well. So the real synergy of this practice comes when we start applying it to the rest of our lives. So the next time you're working towards building a better habit, or trying to accomplish a goal, or you're just struggling in conversation with a friend or a family member, just stay curious to the thoughts that are coming up in your brain and the feelings that are coming up in your body as well. And remember the open space that's always there for your brain and your body to operate within. When you come up on discomfort, bring to mind this practice. Then just quietly ask yourself, what do I want from this moment? Give yourself a little patience to observe how your mind evolves and how that can also change your decisions and your actions for the better. It may take some time, but you'll notice little changes, and those small changes will add up to one big change the more that you practice. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I think it's really cool that you're here with me, experiencing this journey together. Just means a lot to me. So I appreciate it. And I hope we get to see each other again on my next guided meditation. So till then, take care. See you.